How much confidence are you coming to China with? I know the race result wasn't the final part, but there were so many positives from that weekend.
Yeah, very positive. Last weekend I had. Obviously, it's a very shame that it didn't came out in the way we wanted. But yeah, it's a new race week this week. Most important thing was we had a good pace last week. Obviously, to be honest, it's completely different track here, and they got different characteristics of corners, which is much longer corners. Which was a bit more like 90 degrees in Australia. Here's a bit more 180 degrees corners. So and to be honest, the last day we struggled with those kind of corner characteristics. So I'm expecting it will be a difficult race weekend for sure, more than last weekend. But I'm sure we'll make it work, and I'm still excited.
I was looking at your results last year and it felt like this one was maybe your toughest race because just getting used to the corners. Have you got any strategies, or did you find a lot of lessons from last year to understand why this track was so difficult for you?
To be honest, last year outstandingly was bad here, and we didn't fully understand yet. And to have a bit of idea what's happened there, which is for me was I still remember that race week and just sliding too much, just everywhere I was sliding, and I didn't feel the load I should have compared to the load I should have, and just didn't feel the car is working really well. And it's not the race. I just felt like this is the race I should forget, and for me it's feels like coming into this new track again. I just completely forgot last year's experience. But at the same time, the driving I felt then, for example, especially qualifying, I felt pretty good in that lap already. Fortunately, didn't come out in a way that I felt in that car. But I'm still feeling positive. I know what I can improve already from last year. So we'll see.
What happened in the race was unfortunate, but you weren't the only one to make the decision to pit when you did. But otherwise, the Racing Bulls car this year looks really good. And I guess you're excited to show what it can do here, yeah?
Always excited, into the new race, especially first stages of the year. I don't think most of the teams still understand their car, and obviously our car still our team still is a process that we're trying to understand more what kind of the characteristic of our 2025 car. But yeah, the positive thing is what you said. We had a good pace last last weekend. We made a solid qualifying and race pace as well. So yeah, that's very positive. That's why we are so excited also for this weekend. I'm sure it's gonna be different, I would say, situation as last weekend, which is completely different characteristic of the track. This track. So I don't think it will be good as much as what we showed in last weekend. But we had a good base at least. So hopefully we can maximize that, and if we can score in both races, that'll be amazing.
Thank you for that. Isaac, let's come to you now. A tough moment for you on Sunday, but you've endured many tough moments in your career en route to Formula One. So how quickly were you able to turn the page?
I would say on Monday already felt quite a lot better, especially knowing that it's a back-to-back weekend, so I've got to run it back, quite early, not having a month to dwell on it. So no, quite quickly, I would say.
Let's look at the positives from Melbourne, because there were many. What do you take out of that weekend?
I would say that we were surprisingly faster than we thought. Looking at Bahrain, of course, it's hard to really understand where you're at in the midfield. You don't know how much everyone is hiding or not. So, but yeah, going into Melbourne, the car was really good, and straight from FP1, I think I had a really nice feeling with the car. I was quite comfortable, and I was as close as UK as I wanted to be. So I think there was a lot of positive in terms of pure performance. Yeah.
And what are you expecting this weekend? First of all, from the racetrack, the Shanghai International Circuit.
I I mean, I know the track really well from the sim. You know, it's one track I've been, since I'm a kid, like playing on PS3, PS4, like with the controller. So I know the track well, I would say, even though I never drove here. But I'm quite excited about it. Yeah, let's see.
And what about the sprint weekend? How much does that complicate things for you?
I would say in terms like of the approach, I would say I'm quite used to this. The last 3 years, that's what I've been doing, right? FP, and then straight into qualifying with only a few push laps. So like the approach, I know how to get it right. But of course, I'd rather have three practice sessions, that's for sure.
All right, look, best of luck this weekend, Isaac. Thank you
you
very much for that. Let's go to the broadcasters now. Start with David.
Afternoon, gentlemen. Good to see you all. Isaac, question for you. Melbourne was a really solid week until the formation lap, and I think everyone around the world could see how distraught you were, and our hearts went out to you, all except one person who said that your reaction was embarrassing. So what did you feel about Dr. Marco's comments? After all, shouldn't he have a bit of compassion for someone he's brought into Formula One?
I mean, I found it embarrassing myself. And Helmut, I had him on the phone, a day later, and it's all good. I mean, I know him since a few years now. I'm used to, I know how he works, and also another point. I think he said that in a he was speaking German. He was reinterpreted differently. You don't know about the body language. I didn't saw the footage, so I can't say much. But apart from that, honestly, all the love from the fans and the people was I did not expect that at all when I binned it in the wall. So that was nice. Yeah.
Thank you, Isaac. Next one, please. Yeah.
A tough opening weekend in Australia, but for so many as well. How do you bounce back, and how have you been supported in the last few days? What's been said to you by the likes of Christian, Max and Helmut?
It was definitely a tough start. I think for me, I'm excited to have another race back-to-back, just to get in the swing of things. It wasn't a super clean weekend in general, I think obviously with the weather, but also just we had some issues and it was just a very tough start. So in terms of Christian and Helmut, they've honestly both been pretty supportive through this process since coming into the team. And I think with the way Melbourne was, they're pretty understanding as well. I think all of us, we all want the same thing, and we're all trying to do the right steps to basically achieve that.
Can you explain what happened in Parc Ferme and with the different rear wing? Was your car over-winged in the race? Was that why the pace was just not there even when you were on? It seemed like they put a bit more wing on.
We did.
And that seemed to be a fairly disastrous decision.
It wasn't a disastrous decision. It was a good decision. I think we just we missed a little bit the balance on that first stint, and then when we came in for the medium side, when we made a pit stop, we made a big change to our flat, and
the front flat.
Yeah, and it made a big difference in that second stint. So. Obviously, look, even if the balance is not perfect, we need to sort of make the most of it. And I think the first stint wasn't good anyway from where I was sitting either. But we did find a lot of pace going to that medium tyre, which was positive. But obviously, it was 3 laps of the 58.